Dear colleagues, we continue our working day. I invite to the microphone Colonel Andriy Lysenko, official spokesperson of the presidential administration on ATO issues. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Please listen to the information about events that happened during last 24 hours in the ATO area. Near Lugansk, fierce combat started before the sunset near Станиця Luganska, Счастье, Žovte, and in Popasnyansky district, the enemies carried out a set of quite strong shelling from heavy weaponry, 120, 122, and 152 millimeters caliber. The number of launched shells amounts to dozens, and the fire is opened from a distance of more than 10 kilometers. Our settlements experienced serious damages and ruination. In particular, in Счастье, one house was ruined, somewhat damaged, and also a church building, the electric supply lines and the water supply lines were damaged. One civilian woman was wounded. This is a nurse from Shastinska Hospital, and now doctors try to rescue her. Besides that, during daytime, near Popasna, Ukrainian troops exchange fire with the enemies. Besides, and in general, near Lugansk, there were 26 shellings, and 11 out of them from heavy weaponry. Near Donetsk, the occupants continues to carry out massive shellings of Ukrainian positions, actually along the entire contact line. From half an hour to and several dozens of mines and shells are launched. Especially unquiet situation was between between midnight to 7 p.m. when near Novhorodska, which was reached by 34 artillery shells, Verkhnya Taretska, 90 mines, and Krasnogorivka, 54 shells. In general, near Donetsk, we registered 24 enemy shellings. Out of them, 14 were from heavy weaponry. The general number of shellings dropped, but the density and the number and the strength does not decrease. Near Mariupol, the main combat activities were in the south between Gnutovo and Shirokino front line. In particular, in Shirokino, there were several mortar shellings and extremely heavy artillery shelling from 122 millimeter guns. Also, mortars were used near Taramchuk, Talakivka, Vodyane, Lebedinska. In Marinka and Shirokino, there were more than 10 fire exchanges between ATO and the militants. In general, near Mariupol, we registered 25 shellings, and out of them 8 from heavy weaponry. Yesterday, in the ATO area, there was an intensive aerial reconnaissance activities registered. In particular, we registered operation and tactical drone in the area of responsibility of so-called 5th and 100th brigades, and 2 drones near Pravdivka, Ocheretine. And 1 drone between Luhansk and around Luhansk and Mariupol. During the last 24 hours, in result of the combat activities, no Ukrainian servicemen were killed, but one of them was wounded. This happened in Piski in result of shelling. The confirmed losses of the enemies are as follows: 3 killed and 8 wounded occupants from so-called 6th, 9th, and 11th regiments of Russian occupational troops. The main intelligence department informs that in Goselchikovo village, which is to the north from Novoazovsk, They registered the movable reconnaissance station Argus near Donetsk airport. They revealed the radio reconnaissance and radio suppression system in Fauna. This is a state-of-the-art system which was taken into military forces of Russia during the last 5 or 7 years. This again proves that Russian Federation continuously supply equipment to the militants, and not just the old Soviet equipment, but new one.
The security service of Ukraine, together with the police, detained the militant. The citizen of the village Alexeyevka, Drushkivka of Donetsk region joined the illegal armed group in March 2014. He received a machine gun and he was at the checkpoint checking documents and searching transportation. The militant was detaining the peaceful citizens for violation. The regime declared by occupants after liberating the village by Ukrainian troops that he was hiding with the relatives and then was detained by law enforcers. Another militant was detained by law enforcers of Selidova, trying. The law enforcers looked at that, they saw that one of the persons is has the Russian military shoes on. It was identified that back in 2014 he was detained. The detained person was serving at the checkpoint of the enemy near Karlivka with machine gun. Later he was hiding in Moscow. The President of Ukraine awarded 78 servicemen, participants of ATO that participated in battles near Gorlivka and Donetsk. 10 of them were awarded posthumously. According to Chief Reconnaissance Department of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, the Russian military propagandist from the Center of Information Resistance, Novocherkassk, developed the plan of systemic provocations. 1st of September, in order to accuse the ATO forces in violating the ceasefire regime, means the agreements and norms of international humanitarian law. The occupants of so-called 9th Regiment will have the demonstrative shellings which imitate shelling at schools and school buses on occupied territory in Novazovsk region. This will be shot by the video camera by Russian TV channels and could be broadcast in the nearest days in order to discredit Ukrainian troops. Thank you, Colonel. Any questions, any clarifications? If not, this is the end of the press conference. Thank you.
Шановні колеги, наступна подія о 13:00.
The next event will take place at 1.